Sorry. Right. Hi everyone. My name is Erlend. My research project is on photoacoustic tomography, and I'm investigating the effect of total variation regularization on the reconstruction models. Dr. Carola Schoenlib and Dr. Martin Benning are my supervisors for the project, and Tamara Grossman is collaborator. So photoacoustic tomography, or PAT for short, is a novel biomedical imaging application that images optical absorption in biological tissue. At the Cambridge Cancer Research Institute, they have a PAT scanner that performs cross-sectional imaging of small animals, such as mice. And you can see in the left corner you have a diagram of the transducer they're using. So the green container is where you place the mouse. Then a near-infrared laser pulse irradiates the tissue. And as you can see in the middle figure, oops. As you can see in the middle figure, the photons penetrate the tissue. They get absorbed by an optical absorber, and via something called the photoacoustic effect, this heats up the tissue and emits ultrasound pressure waves. We then have ultrasound sensors positioned around the animal that receives these pressure waves, and then the imaging is performed by reconstructing the initial heat distribution from these pressure measurements. Just to quickly comment on Just to quickly comment on why PAT is useful. So imaging optical absorption carries a wealth of physiological information that can be used for example, preclinical cancer studies. Purely optical imaging techniques are limited by the high scattering of photons in tissue, so they can't image at beyond maybe 1 millimeter penetration depth. But PAT measures ultrasound, and the scattering of photons is not an issue, so this enables high-resolution imaging at several centimeters depth in the tissue. Our interest in PAT comes from the reconstruction model that they're currently using in Cambridge. So this is a model-based approach where you formulate a forward model M that, given an initial heat distribution U, will return the predicted pressure measurements, and then you reconstruct an image U from given data P by finding the U that best fits the predicted pressure data via this least squares minimization problem. And to enable a fast cross-sectional imaging, they assume that all the sources of the signals come from the in-plane, which enables a quick 2D reconstruction method. The starting point for our research is that this reconstruction model suffers severely from a blurring across the different slices. So you can see this here, you can see this here in the two upper figures. So the top figure is the true image, and the figure below is the reconstructed slices using the model-based reconstruction, where you see that the different slices go along the z-axis, and you can see that the optical absorbers appear in the reconstruction even when they're out of plane, because the sensors still receive signals from out of plane, even though the reconstruction model assumes it doesn't. So if you want to do volumetric animal imaging, this is a significant drawback. However, extending to a 3D reconstruction isn't entirely unproblematic, because already in 2D you have a high dimensionality, so the forward model is of the order of 5 times 10 to the power of 10 variables. So extending this to 3D reconstruction would be computationally impractical. So what we've tried to do instead is to include TV regularization in the reconstruction method, for just the 2D reconstruction method, basically. So TV regularization is a standard denoising technique that penalizes for random noise in the image, while still allowing for sharp edges occurring in the image. In the case of these out-of-plane contributions, you can see in this diagram that an in-plane absorber will be reconstructed as sort of washed-out blurred sphere in the nearby planes. And this is because the forward model can't really find a good fit in plane for these out-of-plane contributions. So we hope that the inclusion of total variation regularization in the reconstruction would reduce the appearance of these spheres. And here's just a quick preview of some of our results. And if you want to know more, you can come to the poster, and I hope to talk to some of you then. Thank you very much.